Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to UKSM live from Insomnia. It's the last day of the event, which is crazy. I can't believe it's gone so fast. It makes me want to have a little cry. We're actually getting things started on time today, which is a relief for me. We're not going to have any 2.5 hour long delays, which is perfect. And we're not actually doing speedruns today. What? No speedruns at a speedrun marathon? It's crazy. It's innovative. We're doing tutorials. If you've ever wanted to learn how to speedrun Portal in the inbounds category, this is the right place for you to be, because that is exactly what Jonah is going to be doing. So, I'm going to throw you over to him, and he can sort of introduce himself and what he's going to be doing for us today.
Yeah, let's just get it started. This is Portal. I'm Jonah. I'm going to demonstrate how to run the game. It's quite confusing, bit hectic, but we have a minute of relaxing to mess about in. As soon as these portals open, I'm going to be showing you how to move around the game, because that's not so simple, but once you get it down, it's all quite easy. It's similar movement to lots of other games, actually, sort of in the vein of Quake and Half-Life to an extent, but a bit more broken, a bit more crazy. So, as soon as that happens, 15 seconds, we're going to be going all over the place. Inbounds, actually, I should explain that, is no out of bounds. You're not allowed to exit the map, you're not allowed to place portals outside the map. So, the first thing to do is how to get around. Obviously, you can just walk around, but that's slow. Jumping makes you faster. So, to turn in the air, you have to turn your mouse and hold a movement key. So, if you want to turn left in the air, you move your mouse to the left and hold A, and it turns you during your jump. So that also actually builds up a bit of speed, so strafing left and right will make you go slightly faster than just jumping in a straight line. But that's not the fastest way to move. They tried to patch out their moving faster, so it does cap your speed. You can't just keep building speed endlessly. So if you turn around and hold no keys, it will accelerate you, because they're trying to slow you down, so it's pushing you backwards. So that just increases your speed, because if you're holding no keys, it thinks you're going forwards, which makes you move backwards. So the first thing to do is just get out of this area. You can bunny hop around here, or you can ABH, which is what we call the jumping backwards, accelerated back hopping. So to do that, you just want to turn around, jump like that, and then do the same again through the door. Simple puzzle. Cube onto the button, and then get to the end. Elevators, huge part of this game, sitting in them. And the next chamber is relatively simple. I'm going to show you two ways to do it, actually. One that's very simple, just come out, get down here as fast as possible. You can do that with ABHs, B-hops, anything you want, really. Doesn't matter. ABHing is the fastest way to do it. Then wait for this cube and place it on the button. You can hold it through the portal and then walk through. That's fine. And then you just ABH to the end. But the alternative way of doing this is it skips a full cycle. So you grab this you grab it, yep. Grab the radio and you bring it down onto this button, and you can crouch on the button. And if you walk backwards with the radio will push you. And if it pushes you off the button during a save load, it will stick the button down, so I can back up and then save load. You have to be quite precise, actually. So getting off the button, it's precise because you have to save load just at the end of when you are finishing your load. So it takes time to load. Oh, So if I save and then load, if I save again, I can do that before the load ends. So if I keep doing that while on the button, quick saving, quick loading, which you can just bind to any keys on your keyboard from the menu. There are quick save and quick load. I have it to R and F. So if you quick save and quick load, push yourself off the button. It's very finicky, so I might not get it, especially with different save load times to what I'm used to. Then it will stick the button down. Oh. And sometimes that'll happen, which will just mess you up. But if I can't get this, then that'll be unfortunate. It's just because I'm running off a flash drive, I have very different load times to what I'd expect. But not getting that's not a problem. I'll just move on to the next map because I probably won't get that. When you come into this map to start with, you just come out of the elevator and you get into this area as fast as possible. Beyond this line, there's a trigger which starts a dialogue which counts down to this door opening. So then you're going to head on through and you're going to wait for this to come round. Takes quite a while because I missed the first cycle because I was explaining the start. Then as soon as this comes through, I'm going to show you two ways of doing this map again. The first one's very simple. You just get down to the portal gun and then you just want to get to the end of the map. You can do that by either portaling over to here or you can just walk over. Doesn't really matter either way. And then the next map we're going to do the same thing. Do it intended, just get to the end fast as possible. So we're going to jump out of the elevator to hit the trigger to start the next map basically. Because the orange portal doesn't open until you trigger it. And then you're just going to portal over to the end, portal on this wall, portal to the end, and then walk in there. The alternative way to complete this map is using something called a save glitch, where you save and it glitches, is the basic explanation. So you want to come over to here and place it in this corner, your blue portal. This is quite difficult, this strat, which is why I showed the original one. So place it in that corner and then step over the back of it like this, and you'll see that I can shoot in some places where I shouldn't be able to, and there are also some places where I should be able to but I can't. And then you save and load, and you are now save glitch. So you want to come back here into this elevator and turn to this sort of angle. It's very precise. You sort of have a range like this to do it in. So you shoot straight down like that, and you'll see that the portal hasn't actually placed because where I'm shooting the portal from is displaced from my actual body. So then I can come back through here and I can shoot lots of places. This is the difficult part because I have to shoot straight downwards, jump, and then land on a kind of invisible platform here because all the floor will lose collision due to the save glitch state. So I have to look down, and you can see I can kind of come up to about here-ish before I shoot. So I'm going to run all the way up to there and then jump as I shoot, and using air strafing I'm going to strafe round to the left like this. And then once I land here I regain collision with everything, but what that has done is it's shot into here and skipped me coming up that elevator. So that's maybe 5 or 10 seconds saved there. And then you just want to get to the end, but your orange portal is here, so you can't place that anywhere else, which is in the other part of the map. So you're going to have to do what's called a portal peek, where you stand near a portal, and then as you shoot a portal somewhere else, you can walk backwards, because portals don't travel instantly. They take time to get from where you shot them to the wall you're shooting onto. So if you shoot and then step backwards, just holding S, then you'll walk back through your blue portal before the new one places, and then you can do that again, just keeping through the level, and then one more time. That can be very hard to get used to start with portal peeking, but once you've got it down, you will have no problems with it. It's just holding S and walking backwards while the portal's still traveling. In this next map, there's going to be another save glitch. So I'm going to ABH out, because that's the fastest way to get out. Come to here, and then shoot on this wall. Anywhere on this wall, really, you just want to get over there. And then of this pit, the top right corner. And then again, you walk over until you're behind the portal. If you go too far, it won't work. So you want to walk from in front of the portal. You can't just walk like this and be behind the portal. You have to step from in front of it and end up here, and then save and load again. Now, if I just walk straight forwards here, I will fall through the floor, which isn't so good. So you see this dark spot, you want to aim at the bottom of that dark spot and shoot, and now that'll make the floor solid up to about here, and then you can jump over the last bit, because there's kind of an invisible pit there, just like there was here before. If I just keep walking forwards, I will fall down there. So I have to shoot at the bottom of there and then jump over the pit and get into the elevator. But the save glitch hasn't disappeared. I can still walk everywhere, I can still collide with the floor, but that's just because one of my portals is closed. As soon as I open this portal again, the save glitch will activate and we'll be able to walk through things again. So that portal's open, I just need to open my blue. So if I shoot it on this wall, because this door is behind the portal, it becomes non-solid and you can walk through into the end. Now here, you either want to shoot very quickly once you've walked through the door, twice, or you can stand on top of the radio, shoot once, and then shoot underneath yourself to get down. The first one just allows you to shoot the second one. So if you just shoot the first one without standing on the radio, you will just fall out of the map and not have a good time. This next map, just ABH straight out again, and then you don't want to mess around with the orbs, so you can just shoot up here at the top, and then you can jump into the portal and you can land on here. Jumping through the portal can be quite difficult, so you want to crouch as you go in to make yourself smaller, because if you stood up, you'll probably just hit an orb. You probably just hit the Just wait for him to get out the way. You'll probably just hit the top of the portal. Didn't happen there, but it can happen like that, and then you won't make it. And if you're still struggling with jumping through, even with a crouch, then you can actually just walk onto the edge and then crouch as you're walking through. And that'll just drop you down onto the edge. And then you just have to get into the elevator again. You can jump in, you can ABH in. ABHing is always the fastest way to get around, unless you have to be shooting portals. So generally you want to do that. But here at the start of this one, I'm not going to ABH because I want to shoot a portal up here. Now this is quite a complicated strat to explain quickly, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump through this orange portal, which will bring me out of the blue and back into the orange. So then I want to put a blue on this wall and I'll fling over to the end. So I'll demonstrate and then I'll explain it more slowly. So there you go. You just fling twice through the orange. But to get into the orange, you want to jump from around about here on the steps and then crouch. And you want to shoot fairly high on the wall, but if you shoot right up at the top, you will hit your head and you won't make it. I'll show that, shooting right at the top. See, I bumped my head and I can't make it. So you want to shoot sort of in the middle of that top panel and you'll just fling across. Getting the aim down quickly can be hard to get used to, but once you've got it down, you should be able to get this quite easily. It's just a fling, another one. And if you have portal funneling on, which is a setting in options, portal funnel, if you have that on, then you have to hold W whenever you go through a floor portal. Otherwise you will lose all forward momentum, you'll just get sucked straight down and you'll just hit the ground like a sack of bricks. Chamber 8 has one of the coolest movement tricks in the game, but it's very difficult. So I'm going to show a simpler strat first, and then I'll try to demonstrate the movement trick. But you just want to ABH out, and then you want to do another portal peek like we did earlier on. So shoot up into this corner and walk backwards, and then your portal is up there, and this little bit sticks out. So if you have your jump bound, you can jump off there and then strafe around. So when you're jumping through a portal, actually, is something important to note. If you jump too early, you will just hit your head on the portal. And if you jump too late, obviously, you're going to fall out. So you want to be through the portal when you jump. So you want to be on the blue side, and then you can jump and you can land on here. And then you want to jump very quickly, because now that I'm just on here, I've lost my speed and I'm not going to be able to make it around the corner. So as soon as you land, you want to jump again and then just strafe to the left. So you want to, like you do if you're trying to turn in the air, it's exactly the same thing. You want to move your mouse to the left a little bit and hold A. And then you'll land on this. If you're struggling, you can crouch, and that'll give you a bit of extra height. You can completely clear the railing sometimes if you hold crouch, and then you can get to the end. If you're struggling with this, you can actually get over to this platform just by walking through a portal. So just ABH out to here, walk through a portal, and then you can shoot up here. This is slower, but it's more simple. So from here you can jump, and there's an invisible walkable platform there. So you can jump onto that. You kind of have to go out a little bit and then strafe to the right. And then you can walk quite a long way on this, up to about here. And then you can jump to the end. So if you struggle with that one, you can do this. I don't find this much easier, but lots of people do. And then you just go to the end. And I'm going to try to demonstrate the movement trick here, where it's called ABH over goo, because we do accelerated back hops over the goo. It's very difficult, but you have to stand up in the middle of an ABH and get over the railing, and then hopefully you land on that platform at the end. I didn't have quite enough speed, but that's one of the much more advanced tricks in this game. So this is trying to be a simpler tutorial, explain it for new runners. And I would not recommend even trying that for a new runner. It can be very painful. The next map is another movement map, but not so much a trick, just ABH out, get to about here, and then come through. You can actually smoothly turn your ABH, so when you're ABHing, you get, the boost is always backwards. So if you turn like this, it will knock you across sideways a little bit. I didn't have quite enough speed, so I hit that wall. But it'll knock you across sideways and you'll end up sort of here. You can jump through. And then this door, if you shoot underneath it, it will eat your portal. But if you shoot just a bit higher or a bit lower, then, because bang on the middle is where it eats your portal. If you shoot higher up, it doesn't. And you can actually just squeeze through the bottom of this portal and then turn around and jump through. You often want to shoot your blue portal again so that you don't fall back into the one on the floor. But then once you've done that, you just want to come to the end of the map. That's one of the most simple maps in the game. It's the same in basically every category. There is no faster way to do that map. It's pretty neat. Chamber 10, just ABH out all the way to here. And then there's a dialogue, and when she says reiterate, this orange portal opens. And you want to walk forwards looking straight down, and then shoot a portal under yourself. And you'll pop through like that. Then quite quickly you have to shoot again there. So then you'll fling forwards. And ABHing is always backwards, but if you're holding S, the game knows you're trying to go backwards, so it'll give you a forward boost instead. So if I hold S and jump after going through here, so 1 fling, 2 fling, and then holding S and scrolling, then I'll jump all the way through into this room. You don't have to tap S or anything, it's literally just, as soon as you go through the second portal, you just want to hold it down and then jump. And you have to turn around and look at this panel, because this panel's on a look trigger, so it won't stick out unless you're looking at it. You only have to look once and then you can go down. And then you just want to drop through this portal, and if you're funneling, it will take you straight into that second one, and you do a sort of double thing and skip the middle platform. I accidentally triggered it to extend again. So this is just holding S. Turn around, look at this. If you don't have funneling on, this is a bit more difficult, because you kind of have to adjust yourself in the air. You have to have air control, which you don't have to strafe or anything, you can just WASD, and then there again, just hold S and you'll fling into the end. So AFHing, we tend to use accelerated forward hopping when we have a lot of speed, because if you hold S obviously on a forward jump, you're just going to stop yourself. So you're not really able to get the speed initially. This next map I'm going to show 2 ways of doing. The first is you put a portal up here and then you walk through on the blue side and you jump and you crouch in the air. I have to go quite fast because it's on a cycle, but shoot up here, walk through, jump after you're on the blue side, and random portal boosts will happen and they'll send you flying sometimes. But normally you'll just jump like that, crouch so that you don't hit your feet on the edge. Now you want to get back over here. So you want a portal over there, and then a portal here that you can jump into. Again, if you crouch, you can make it straight in. If not, you might fall in the goo. You can swim upwards holding space and just about survive. I'll show falling in the goo. So you fall in and then you look upwards and you hold space and it'll jump you out of the goo into your portal. Now here we're going to do an edge glitch, which is similar to save glitch, but you don't actually save. So you want to come behind the portal again and then aim over here at this panel and shoot your blue portal. And then you'll get bumped forward, so you're in front of the portal again, so you have to step back behind it. And then you want to shoot up at this brick, the second one down, and that'll pop you forward again. And if you step back over one more time and aim up at this square, so second one up on the further back part, and you shoot blue one more time, it'll bump you forwards. And now you can walk back here, shoot your orange on the wall, and you're in chamber 12, which you'd have to go up an elevator normally, so again it skips an elevator, and it skips this first section down here, coming out and flinging onto this platform. So you have a portal on this wall. You can do another portal peek like we've done before. So shoot blue up there and hold S as soon as you've shot. And I fell down. So I'll show the edge glitch one more time since I didn't have a save. So step backwards, shoot here. Step backwards again. Shoot up at this one, second one down. Shoot, step back again. Shoot at the middle of this one. Blue every time. And then on the wall, orange, because your blue portal's in the other chamber and you want to go and come out of that one. So then peek here, walking backwards as you shoot. And now here again with look triggers. So as soon as you hit the ground, you want to look at this, and then you want to look at the dropper as well. And now intended basically, you just fling down here and you end up here. And then you just want to bring the cube down, place it on the button, and then fling to the end again. And then get to the end. The alternative way of doing this is quite a bit more difficult. You have to be able to do AFHs quite well, because you want to fling out and then AFH off there. It's still just holding S. You don't have to tap S, which is what you have to do if you have no speed. You can just hold S as soon as you've gone through the portal, and you'll fling up, and you have to strafe left a little bit to land on that ledge. Because if you don't strafe left, you will just fly straight into the goo like this. So you have to strafe left a little bit, get a bit of movement over there, and you now have one portal still in this room. Is the most important thing. Your blue portal is still up there, but you have your orange portal. So you can shoot that down there. It's quite specific where you shoot. You have to shoot very close to where I aimed. So sort of this line, just down at the bottom, shoot it down there. And then you can come through and you're back in this area with your blue portal. If you want, you can do a portal peek up to here, because you have to get up to this wall. So you can do a portal peek, you can step through, but you have to make sure you don't step out into the goo. So you have to, after holding S going through there, you kind of have to tap right again. And you'll stay just on the outside here. So then you can drop through. Or you can just jump up here, it doesn't matter, walk up, anything. You just want to get to this wall and put your blue right up against the edge, bottom left corner. Because we're going to do another save glitch, except this time on the side. So you want to walk up to in front of the portal and let go of W before you hit the edge. Because if I hold W, I just phase through the edge of the portal, which is not what we want. You want to let go just before you're going to hit. So you're up against it, it stopped you, but you didn't hold W. And then you look at this panel and you tap A. So now you're behind the portal. And as you can see, I can shoot here, which I shouldn't be able to. Save and load. And now you're in the save glitch state. So your orange portal is down there still. And we're going to get that all the way up to the end of 12. Not just to where we were before, right to the very end. And skip all the flings. So this panel here, you want to aim towards the bottom left, around here, and shoot your blue portal. You want to actually step onto here and shoot your... I lost my save glitch. So there we go. I'll definitely be save glitched this time. So you want to shoot your blue portal in the bottom left corner here. I think I'm shooting too low, because if you shoot too low you will fall through the float. So shoot a bit higher than that, and then you drop down. You'll sort of pop down because this becomes non-solid, but the floor underneath that's still solid, so you're fine. Then you want to turn here, and near this corner but not quite in the corner, you want to shoot your orange portal. And then turn around, step forward a little bit, and come to here. Where this line is, just above that, you want to shoot another orange portal. Then up here, kind of coming up this row of bricks. And anywhere where you can shoot along here is good, so there's this darker panel here, which is normally where the shot is. If you shoot another orange portal there, and then you come to here. If you can't see the shot here, you might have to jump, or you might have to walk further this way. And that was the problem for me, I was too far in. But if you walk too far, you will fall. So you don't want to do that. You want to stay near the edge, but not gone. And then if you shoot your orange portal there, that's up in the end room now. So you just have to step beyond this line and shoot blue. So as you're walking to the right, shoot your blue portal, and then you're right at the end. That's quite difficult to get the grasp of, this strat, but if you just go through the motions and you get it down, The hardest part is definitely just this getting to the platform at the start. So once you've done that, you're completely fine. But it can be tricky, definitely. That is much faster than the first strat I showed though, but again, more difficult. So start out on the first one probably, and once you get more comfortable, move on to the second one. This map, you just have to come out, shoot one portal on the floor here, and then another one there. So now you can grab the cube, pick it up, and put it on the button. You want to reshoot this one, so you want to shoot blue on that square. It's kind of a guideline for dropping the cube onto the button. So we want to go to the button, so you want to shoot at that white square, take the cube with you down onto the button. And now either, the best way to do this is now to throw the cube, which is left click will throw the cube. So you want to move your mouse upwards a little bit as you throw, and it'll land on there. But if you're struggling to throw it, because you kind of have to get the knack of throwing, but you just move your mouse upwards as you left click. And then if you're stood on this button, you'll be able to shoot through the door and then go to the end. If you're struggling with the throw, you can just leave the cube here, and then you can jump down yourself and press this button. The only risk is getting hit by the orb, so you have to be very careful, watch out for that. And then you can just shoot to the end, drop down, go through a portal, and that's a nice quick chamber, not too complex. The next chamber has a fling in it, which can be tricky, but it's not incredibly difficult. You want to place one portal up here, and then one portal underneath it, but a little bit forwards. So about there, maybe there. There's quite a range, and then you have to jump and crouch, and you'll fall into an infinite loop. But you want to get out of that and use that downwards momentum to fling upwards to the end. So after jumping through this portal, you're gonna fall through, and you want to shoot your orange portal there in front of the end platform. So jump through, place the orange portal in front, and you'll land there. It takes a bit of practice, because if you aim too far forwards, too near to yourself, you're not gonna get up. If you aim too far forwards, up. If you aim right at the front, you'll hit the front, or you'll hit underneath it if you place it like here. If you do that, if you fail, then you don't have to reload. You can just shoot one portal up here and one portal there, and then whichever one's up here, so in my case blue, you just fall through this one, and then you place the blue under yourself, and then you just have to get onto this platform. It can be a bit disorientating, really. Good jump, leaping up into the air like that. You just have to make sure you know which direction the platform's in and strafe there. But that's what you should be doing, trying to get this, and if this fails, you go straight onto that and just get to the end. 15, I'm going to show you an old route and then a slightly faster save glitch route. The legacy route, which is what we call the older routes, are easier but quite a bit slower. The first thing to do is you need to get past this fizzler, so we get some height. So portal on this wall, portal high up here. Doesn't matter how high you go, as long as you're not too low. Here's too low, you won't get enough speed. But anywhere above this line is good. And then as you fall out of this portal, you want to fling through there. So you need a portal on this wall and a portal to go through on the floor. So you shoot one there and then one on the floor. If you miss that, I'll just get back. So if you shoot too slow on the floor, then you'll just end up down here with a portal. You can just go through that and then place another one underneath you. You have plenty of time. You just want to aim right where you're going and you'll fling through. And then you can ABH along. And here, there is a gap by the window. So you can actually shoot into that room. You can kind of see it. But that's very precise. So it's easier just to come up onto this wall. And then, if you crouch through this portal, you can actually see the gap there. There's the window there, there's the frame there. And there's a decent sized gap in between. If you shoot the portal that you're out of and then do a portal peek, instead of holding S like we've done before, you want to hold a D because it'll just take you back through. So shoot your blue portal, hold D, and sometimes you will fall because you're not fast enough through. But that's not an issue, you can just shoot orange underneath yourself and then you're into this room. So from here, I'm going to do something called a portal bump, which is an intended feature of the game, because if you try and shoot a second portal on top of the first, it'll bump it off to the side like that, because they don't want you to overlap the portals. So if you shoot on top of one, it will bump it next to. So we place a blue portal up here, and then if you aim around about here, so sort of top left quadrant of the portal, then you can see that I can shoot orange in some places, and it actually bumps it through a wall onto the other side into a corridor, and that skips solving this puzzle. So you just come into here, shoot up in this top corner, and then move down a little bit to the right, and you'll see you can shoot orange, so you shoot orange. And then you replace your blue, and then you want to do a portal peek again. So shoot your orange, hold S, and you'll walk back through. You'll leave this behind. And now, quite a hard fling to start with. I'll show you an alternative way of doing this if this isn't working. But you have to walk through, and as you're going through, you shoot a portal right at the top there, which you can aim as you're going through. So just as soon as I walk through, I'll shoot one. And then you shoot the other one underneath yourself. I actually missed the one that you have plenty of time to aim. You shoot the other one underneath yourself and you'll fling up and over and through. Because you have the forward momentum, you want to keep holding W so you keep going forwards, but let go of it after you've gone through. So like that. And it will just send you flying over. If you're struggling with that, you can just do it intentional. You can ABH along, shoot up there, and then do a double fling like you would if you did this casually. One here. I let myself hit the ground though. So you do one here, and then a second one on here. I got too much speed there. I'm just not used to doing this. So, and then you shoot another one underneath yourself and fling through. Either way, you'll end up here. And then you have to do portal peaks again, because activating this platform involves orbs, and orbs are generally quite slow. So you have to do 2 portal peaks in a row. If you crouch, you can get right up to the edge, because it's a short distance, so you don't have much time to hold S. Well, A in this case. You don't have much time to hold A, but you can already be holding A before you shoot, if that makes it easier. And just 2 peaks, one to there, and then another one to there. Now, similar to chamber 14, you just want to fling up to the end. So one on the floor, one on the ceiling, drop through this one and place the one that's on the ceiling. So I place my orange, and you just want to hold the direction. So you can see it's behind me, I hold S. I'm back here. I need to make saves more often to demonstrate. But you can see the peaks again. You drop through, it's round to my right, and I land up on here, and then I can head to the end. The other strat I was going to show you, it uses a save glitch, but it starts out exactly the same. You drop through here, shoot up there, and shoot underneath you. If you fail, you just catch yourself again and you fling through. Now you want one portal up against this wall. This is what we're going to do the save glitch on. And then the second one, you can see there's light and dark patches running along this edge. Dark there, light there, dark there. This dark patch, you want to shoot your blue just next to it. And then you can see that that's lined up with here. So we'll be able to save glitch through that wall. Save glitch here, you just walk into the back of it, you get stuck. Like I'm pressing A and D, I can't move. So I can just save load. And now I'm save glitched. You want to come up near this wall and shoot over here. It's not particularly precise, just sort of down in this direction. And then if you walk backwards behind the portal, if you fail to walk, if it's solid and you can't walk through, then you've shot at too much of an angle. If you walk back and then you seem to teleport, as I go behind the portal, I appear in front of this portal. So now I'm actually shooting where I'm aiming. So I want to aim at the top of here. And then you want to turn to the right and you want to shoot again at the top. And this will just reorientate it, because at the moment it's vertical like this. If I shoot here, it'll turn at an angle. I actually turned the wrong way. You want to turn to the left. So you turn to the left and then you shoot there, and it re-angles it so that if I walk forward, I'm going to walk through this glass. So when I teleport back, you have to imagine that I keep walking where I am, and you want to aim for this wall. There's a wall at the front and there's a wall here. You want to aim for this little sliver in between. And you have to kind of imagine where it's going to be. And then eventually you'll walk far enough forward and your portals will light up your crosshair. And you shoot your blue portal through there. And if you step back, I'm now in that corridor. I was over there and I shot against this wall. Now, you just do the peaks again. One peak, two peaks, and exactly the same ending. Shoot your orange portal underneath yourself and then find out where it is and try and fling. Oh, I'm in a cycle. Once you get good at strafing, it can be easy to just get up if you do a full strafe. But otherwise, just hold the direction key and you'll generally make it. The next map is going to be another example of a portal bump where you knock it through the wall. So here there's a dialogue that takes 15-20 seconds. You can skip all of that by just coming into this corner, lining up on this second line upwards, shooting blue portal, move your crosshair to the left, and then shoot your orange portal. And that has just bumped it through that wall. If you go through your blue now, you fall into the next room. And here we're going to do another save glitch. Blue portal up against this corner, an orange portal in this corner. So again, if you crouch into the edge, so walk into the edge, then crouch, you're stuck, you can't move, that's good. Then you save and you load, and you now save glitch. So you want to step away from the wall to about this line, and aim up here at this cross, and you shoot your blue portal. Now you want to come round to the edge of this curve. Normally I'd use the door to line up, but because it's opened I can't do that. But this edge, you can kind of, it's like an eighth of the way round the whole circle, sort of 45 degrees round. Shoot your blue again. Now you look straight up and you shoot blue again, so all the way up as high as you can go. One more blue portal, and then you shoot on this wall, so around here, just the middle of this panel essentially. So if you come back in front of your orange, I am right at the end of the map, and you can just head on through. I'll show that one more time a little bit faster. So you come into this corner, blue on the line, orange to the left, and then go through your blue. Blue in this bottom corner, orange in this bottom corner. It's important that you go in the bottom corner, because if you shoot anywhere else, you won't get stuck, you'll just slide along. Otherwise you get stuck. Crouch, save, load, and then step outwards. In the middle, quarter, an eighth of the way around, maybe a third, a sixth even. Then straight up, and then in the middle of this panel. Every shot is a blue portal in this one. And then you can just jump to the end. Now in 17, the next one, as much as we love the companion cube, this map is a nightmare. It's awful to run. It's just hell. So you want to ABH out all the way, because there's a dialogue trigger that starts about here. You want to hit that, and that triggers a wait time for the cube to come down. Grab the cube, throw it down here, jump onto it, jump on up, and you can do that quite quickly once you get used to it. And now this corridor is not great, because obviously we want to be going backwards, but we also want the cube, so you can turn around after you've knocked it out of the way, but then you have to make sure to be able to turn back before it hits you. In this corridor you can actually hug the left wall, and that orb won't hit you. So if you can hug the left wall and hold A as you hop backwards, it won't hit you, and once it's out of the way, you're fine to go all the way down. I think this is the best example of a portal bump that we'll see, because you can see both sides of where it ends up. So you want to shoot right in front of you, so it's parallel to this wall basically. And then as you can see, the left side of this portal, I can shoot my orange portal, and you can see how it just bumps through the wall. If I take the blue up against here, take the cube through with me, put it on the button, and then just press this button, grab the cube as you would normally, chuck it in, and then ABH to the end. The next map's very slow to do with the intended route. It can take quite a long time. So I'm going to show you another save glitch actually. I was going to show you a different route, but that's very slow. So this save glitch can be difficult because every single shot is blind. So you want to shoot in this corner and in this corner, blue and orange. And then you want to get yourself jammed into this corner. So once you've save loaded, you have to come behind the portal, jam yourself into this corner, and then there are markings on the wall that you can use to line up shots. And you shoot the first one. You can see this line. So to the right of this line, there are a couple of dots. You want to just aim about where those dots are and shoot a blue portal. Then you want to move your mouse upwards. You'll see that it's lit up here. We don't want to shoot here. And then it goes dark, and then it lights up again all the way up here. You want to shoot your blue portal up there, and then turn around and look straight down. In line with this, shoot your blue, and then you can turn back one more time, and you can see this line again. The same one that we lined up with these dots. You just have to look down this line, and somewhere along this line, your portal will light up, and then you can shoot your blue portal. Now, if you see, we're in the end room. Now we just have to get all the way up to the end. So you have to step backwards through here. I've actually cancelled my save glitch by accident, trying to demonstrate. But I'll just show this bit quickly. Here, 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 and then along this line. So if you walk backwards, you'll see we pop through here again, sort of teleport. And you want to aim all the way up in this top corner and shoot a blue portal. And now we step back and you move this orange portal across. It's in this corner. You want it to be just above the level of this. So if you shoot too low, then this will be solid. We want this to be able to be walked through. No, actually we don't. We want to be able to aim here. If this is not solid, that's bad. So once it's in that corner, you come up against this wall, and then this panel, you want to shoot down at the bottom of it, and you want to shoot a blue portal. Actually, no, that's wrong, sorry. Let me get back there. You want to shoot an orange portal, is what I meant to say. Shoot an orange portal down at the bottom of this panel, and you sort of pop downwards and then teleport back up. And then you want to walk into this hallway, about 2 panels along, and aim down here. And you can see that lights up. You shoot a blue portal, and then you save and load, and that pauses the save glitch, so you can shoot orange and pop through, and you're right up at the end of this room. You don't have to do any of the flings, any of the map. You're straight through to the end. And then there's a dialogue in this area, so you can mess around for a bit. And then you can just walk into the elevator, and eventually it'll go up. Now we're into the escape maps, where there's quite a lot of broken things. So there's a glitch here that we're going to do called the large angle glitch, which will skip a huge amount of the map. So you're going to want to get up on top of this sign, a blue portal right up at that edge, and then just orange portal in front of you, walk into it, and as you start to fall, crouch. So I'm holding crouch now, and I can stand up on top of this sign. And then you want to, for the simpler strat, you want to aim at this panel, to the middle of it, but a tiny bit to the left. And now I can stand up through this portal. If you have a toggle duck bind, which is, you can only actually get that through console, but we allow it because it's a console, like on console runs, you can have that bind automatically. So to bind that, you bind, and then the key that you want to bind, toggle _ duck. So I already have that bound. If I just tap shift, I will toggle my duck. And when you jump, it actually cancels the crouch. So that's what we want. That's the property that we want. If you have your orange onto this wall now, so if I jump, you will see that I just teleport and I fall through the map. So that's the large angle glitch. It's kind of a wrong walk kind of thing. Teleports you across the map. But if you shoot your blue portal as you jump at the same time, so space and left click at the same time, you won't fall out of bounds. That corrects the falling out of bounds issue. But now I'm stuck in the floor. So if I shoot my other portal, it will just bump me up. To avoid getting stuck in the floor, you can actually crouch at the same time. A little bit after jumping and shooting, if I crouch, then I'm not stuck in the floor. But that can be finicky. So if you get stuck in the floor, that's fine. Just shoot your portal here, and then shoot one up here, and then we're just going to go through the map. Through this door, one up behind this fence, our blue portal, orange portal here. I'll shoot my orange portal again, and then you have to shoot through this fan. And then up anywhere on this wall, as far right as possible really. Shoot your other one, that's my orange, and then drop down. So now here we're going to try to portal bump again. Up in this corner, you shoot your blue, and then around the same spot you'll be able to shoot your orange. And that just pops through the wall, because you can't open this door from this side, it can only be opened from the other side. So we go through, and then another edge glitch again will get us into this last room. So shoot those two up against that wall, and then if you ram yourself in here, you get stuck. And then aim anywhere in this area and shoot your blue. Anywhere you can shoot is good. And if you're holding A, then you'll pop straight through. If I don't hold A, I just shoot. If I do hold A, after shooting, it will pop me through the portal and I'll come out into this room. Then once you're on this button, you want to shoot on that wall, and jump and crouch and fling through so that you get closer to the hole. Head down the hole. Blue portal on there. Orange portal as far to the bottom as you can, as far away, because we want to get close to that edge so that we can walk out that way. And then drop through here, walk forwards. And there are two ways to do what I'm about to do. It's a very precise shot, so you can probably not see, but there's a 2-3 pixel window there maybe of white, which is the end of the map. And if you shoot your other portal, so I have my orange down there, if I shoot my blue onto those pixels, then you're at the end of the map. The other way to do it is you come to about here, you can line up on these, and then you jump. You can see a little bit more of the white, and this is faster because you don't have to line up specifically. You just jump, and then at the peak of your jump you can just hit the shot, so just sneak that through into the last room, and you come back to here. You can use the same portal or you can reshoot it, and you want to move your blue portal up. Because my feet are through the orange portal, if I shoot the blue portal I'll just go with it. So you want to shoot all the way up to the top, and then to get into this corridor there's an invisible wall, so you have to have both portals inside this room for the invisible wall to disappear. So if I just jump through, I'll hit the wall and I won't be able to get in there. But if you jump through and shoot your orange portal at the same time, and strafe right as well so that you can get into the next room, you have to jump first, shoot orange, and then strafe right. Both portals are here, so this invisible wall disappears, and you can just head to the end. What happened the first time is I placed orange without shooting again, so now I'm stuck, because I'm stuck inside the block that my orange portal was on. So you have to jump first, and then just get in here, and that's the end of this map. For this next bit, you want to get out, so jump backwards, ABH, and shoot up onto this wall, and then one here, and you can do a peek up to here, so shoot and then hold S. Now as soon as you go through this portal, you're on a timer. There are some pistons like these further down that are on a timer, and you have to get onto those pistons. So if you ABH out, as long as you get hit pretty fast, you can shoot here for a fast strat, which is what the timer's for. But otherwise, I'm going to show a slower strat where you shoot up onto here, and because I was taking my time, I missed the cycle. But for the slow strat, the cycle doesn't matter. You can just shoot into the middle of this wall, and then come onto this piston, shoot your orange above you, and then you'll drop out, and you can shoot your orange below you. If it's disorientating, you can turn around before you go through the orange portal, and that'll fling you up to here. It's kind of the intended strat, we just do it straight away. I'll show you the alternative way that gets you to the same place. So you have to go faster for this one to make the cycle, and then you shoot one portal here and you jump on. I actually missed that shot, interestingly. Shoot one portal up here and jump onto this, and then as you go through here you're gonna fall down, but if you shoot your blue portal again, your feet are still on the piston, so you'll actually pop out of the blue portal on the floor. So if I shoot blue, as soon as I go through onto there, you see I pop out, and then you can come up into this room, orange portal into there, drop down, and then one portal up onto this wall, a blue portal, and an orange portal here. And if you strafe out, then you can see this. You can't go too far. You can go quite far, but if you go too far you'll fall down. If you shoot your orange, so I'm on my blue at the moment, if I shoot my orange, then it'll try and bump me out and fall down, which isn't awful, but it's a bit slow. So if you shoot your orange and then hold S, it'll push me back in. I'll be like counteracting the push out. Shoot orange, hold S. I held it too early and peaked there. Let me get back into that room and demonstrate again. So orange there and then hold S and you'll come back through. And that's the other strat. Now you're at the same place as we were before, just had to get across to here. Now you shoot through this sliver. If you're off at an angle, you might be able to see but not shoot through. Either angle can be annoying, so you want to come straight on with this. Shoot your blue through to here, and then we're going to do portal peaks again. You can either shoot all the way up to the top, up there, or you can shoot to here. Down here is faster, but it's more finicky. So you walk backwards as you shoot this blue portal, and then you can see that there's a little corner there. And that's why it's a bit finicky, because you have to peek onto there. But it's not too bad if you just aim there, shoot, hold S, and you pop back through. And now, just continuing through the level. Normally you'd have to come down here and jump along and get down. But there's a nice surface here for us to use. So we can crouch down and shoot our blue portal there. And now if you just walk forwards into an orange portal that you place on the floor, it'll fling you through nicely onto this pipe. And crouching helps as well, because you get that bit more height if you're struggling. And now you have to get up onto this pipe. So just blue portal up there, place your orange portal, and then jump and crouch into it. Keep holding W so that you land on it, and then just get down to the end. This map
actually have a donation.
Oh yeah, you can go for that, yeah?
Yeah, cool. It's from Zuketra.
Ah yeah.
They say, big thanks to Jonah for this tutorial. I've been trying to get sub 1 hour in Portal for 5 years now. Hopefully this tutorial is what I need to help me finally achieve my dream.
Thanks Zuketra. He's a Portal runner, he's just joking about. So this map I'm going to show the simple strat, and then also the save glitch, which can be very finicky. You can mess up one little thing and end up out of bounds, so it's very fast but very difficult. So you want to ABH out, and you're gonna, when you get to the middle of here, these pistons are going to retract, and you can actually walk up against this door and it will just open. So you shoot into here on this wall and then on here, and you need to portal peek, but it's a bit hard with this turret killing me. Normally you'd go fast enough that that turret wouldn't be an issue. Blue portal there, orange there, and then you can see the white surface up there, and you just shoot and hold S, and then if you jump through and crouch, you'll end up on the pipe. If you miss the pipe, you can just portal back up again, it's no big deal. Now you want to shoot up in this top corner, because we're going to use this portal to fling down and get some height, so you need to leave one here. And then you come through this hole, you can get rid of the turret, and then shoot in this corner, come to the front of it. And the line up here, because we're going to fling up onto that platform, so you want to come up to the front, and the lineup is just basically as low as you can aim, you shoot, and then it's a portal peak, so we're going to be walking to the right, holding D as we shoot. And then once you come through this portal, you're going to let go of D. So let go of D and then shoot underneath yourself. If you have portal funneling on, it will just suck you into the portal. And then the hard part about this is strafing around. It's behind you, so you can either do a strafe like that, moving your mouse to the right and holding D, and that'll give you lots of speed and get you up here. Or if you shoot a bit further forwards, you can just hold S. Although S took me forwards there because it's interesting. Just holding S there after going through the portal, and you end up here. Now you want to, the ideal thing to do here is ABH through this door and get into the room. But sometimes you'll hit the edge. If you hit this edge, then just shoot up on this wall, because you want to get to the fizzler as fast as possible and come through here. Here, another portal bump. So it's this kind of tile. Shoot blue and orange. Don't even have to move your mouse. You can just shoot it straight there. If you can't find the shot, if it's like this, just look around a little bit and eventually you'll find it. Hopping through the blue, you pop out here. And you want to get away from the portal. And now we're going to do similar to the large angle glitch that we did earlier. I'm going to do an acute angle glitch. So you place your orange portal here, facing towards that. Your blue portal here on this slanted wall. If you walk into this, it will just teleport you through the glass because it gets a bit confused about where to put you. And then you want to shoot into this corridor and just keep going through, get to this door. Now this glass here, we didn't activate the turret in the last room, so we can't break the glass. So we have to do an edge glitch, which just messes up our collision and lets us just slide through the glass. So if you shoot your blue at this cross, and then walk into this edge and hold W and A, you'll slide through to here. And then you can either save load, and save load a few times and you'll pop through. Or you can just shoot orange and that might let you walk through. Sometimes it doesn't, it might take a bit of jiggling about to get it right. But normally you can get through by just shooting your orange portal somewhere. There we go, 3 times and it let me pop through. It's just has to be in the perfect spot to get you the movement through. And now we have to get up into this vent. And we can do that with a fling, which is finicky, but you can do it. It's my first run, I think I lost several minutes trying to do this trick, but once you get used to it, it's no problem. You want to put a portal on the floor and jump and crouch into it holding W. And that'll give you just enough height. Then you just have to hold A in the air and you'll get in there just about. Sometimes you won't have enough height, but you'll get in and you'll hit this. And then you just have to come through the vent and shoot down into this area. If you want to, you can actually hit the shot from back here by jumping. So it's more awkward because you're more likely to hit the fan, but you do get through and it works out. And then you're right at the end of the chamber basically. You can either come out here and shoot there, or you can peek from back here, which is the fastest way of doing it. A peek there, and then the load trigger is from about halfway down up until the end. But you want to get as close to the end as possible, so shoot and walk back there. And now I'm right at the end, perfect positioning. But I am going to go back and I'm going to show you the save glitch route for that, which is, as I say, quite awkward, but it's much faster if you get it down. So same again, you ABH out, and you get up against here. You can do that by using portals, and you open the gate. This time, you want to shoot back in this corner, and then you want to shoot there. I'm going to actually get rid of this turret, because it'll be quite annoying while I'm explaining. And so your orange portal that you place here, you want to place on the line, but a little bit to the left of the line, and that should be fine. And then you want to come into this room and do a portal peek up to here. So you shoot your blue portal and then you walk left. That peek can be very awkward because you've got the turret and you've got the grabber, but once you're through, you're fine. Now the save glitch portal is going to be blue. Shoot it down in the bottom left here, and you crouch. So you walk into it and you get stuck, and you crouch, save, load, and now you can walk behind the portal and you'll teleport through. And you want to shoot your blue portal here, and then you'll end up back here. You can walk out, and you want to get yourself over to this corner. You can do 1 ABH and that'll hop you over, or you can just walk. And now this is where the precise shots start. They are quite awful sometimes, but you want to come up towards the top left of this sort of panelled floor part. so about here, and then come up this line, and you'll see that a little bit above head height you can shoot. So you're going to want to shoot orange there, and then look straight down and turn about 45 degrees this way and shoot another orange portal, and then look straight upwards. If you can't see the shot, you step backwards a little bit, and then you just shoot one more orange, and then we want to come back here to this line, and there's this T kind of, you want to be to the right of that but near this line, crouch down, shoot another orange, and then you want to come into this stairs, into these stairs, and aim up into this corner. You can see that I can shoot all there. It's normally about here where the girder meets this line coming from the vent. Shoot an orange there, and then you might be able to see another one. If not, you just have to walk forward a little bit, aiming at the same sort of angle. I can't find it, so I'm going to just get back through to that point. So one blue portal there, an orange portal up against this corner, orange portal down, straight up in the air, come back to here, shoot with orange, and then I was actually too far back for that last one, so you want to come to the stairs and then walk forwards, and then you can shoot orange, aim upwards more, and you'll be able to shoot another orange. If you walk off the edge here, you'll fall down, so you want to walk forwards and shoot a blue portal, and you're now at the end. Get to the end just the same way as you did before, peek, and now you're into the last map actually. If you end up down here, if you can't see to the end for your shot, you just want to jump along, get here. I'm going to show you two relatively easy ways to do this first section of the map. They both just involve flings. So you want to get over here, blue portal, orange portal, and then you want to portal over to the left hand side. So I'm going to shoot orange so I can go back through this one. And through this grate, you can see a wall up there, quite high up. You want to shoot up to the top of that wall, because we're going to use as much height as possible to get more height for a fling. So shoot blue. And now you're in this turret ambush room. You can see that this door isn't open, but if you shoot onto that door, there's actually already the surface as if it was open, so it's an angled 45-degree surface. We can use that to get more height, and then we can shoot up to the next section. So you want to walk out and shoot your blue portal there and your orange portal there. You can see this area and you want to shoot onto there. So that all happens quite fast, but shoot out one portal onto the top of this area. If you shoot at the bottom, you'll just end up on the wall. You want to be on the angled part. If you end up on the wall, you'll just fly out. You want to get the height, so you shoot on the angled part, shoot underneath yourself, and then shoot onto that area, and then get up there. And now you can see that there's a catwalk above our head. So you want to get your one portal out to the side so that you don't hit your head on the catwalk, and then you want to jump down and fling up and then strafe onto the catwalk. And now that you're up on this catwalk, you are almost at the end. You want to shoot a portal there. This is setting up to... You can see how there's a turret's laser right there. We're going to use that turret to shoot the boss at the end. So we're going to set that portal up so that the shots can go through that portal. And then you want to get to the other side. And you just want to go through this corridor to the boss. ABHing is the best way to get through. And your blue portal wants to go down around here. and you can see that the turret is just there. So if we stand here, the turret's going to try and shoot us and end up shooting the boss. And you saw all the cores fly off. That is good, because we don't have to wait for the rocket turret to destroy the cores. So grabbing the cores, shoot a blue portal there, orange portal there, and just grab it through the portal. This one you have to do a little jump into an orange, and then just grab it in midair. And then this one again, you have to jump through a portal, and you end up there. Now that you have all 3 cores, the easiest way to get rid of them is just to go to the incinerator, portal up to here, open the incinerator, and from this room you can just shoot underneath all of them except that one. And you just have to come out and shoot under that one. And then I'll show you the slightly more difficult way of doing this last map, but it's still beginner friendly. You get to the same point, portal to here, up at the top of the wall. Now this time we're going to shoot up there, but we're going to strafe round to the right to build up a bit of speed. So shoot there, strafe round to the right, and shoot under yourself. And you see I went more upwards rather than forwards. That's what we want. And then once you travel through this portal, you want to strafe to the right again, and you can see that room. You want to shoot into that room because it skips walking along the catwalk. Sometimes you will hit the fence, the barrier, but otherwise it's just blue portal into there and then get into that room. But again, we need to get the portal on the floor for the turret. So you do a peek up to here, shoot orange and walk backwards. And then you can actually keep peeking here if you want. Otherwise you can just ABH to this point. And then you just jump down and you put your orange there. So this is the exact same spot as before. We've got the turret there. Shoot it in a similar spot. Jump along. And now we'll shoot off the cores. And I'll show you an alternative way to do the GLaDOS fight as well. So just the same, shoot up to him, grab him through the portal, fling up to this one. I don't know where that one went, it must have fallen through, yeah. Throw that one down, because you want to jump backwards to around here, and you want to shoot over here, and on the bottom right of this one. So the one nearest the incinerator, this strut, take the core with you. I mean, normally it wouldn't end up here, it just fell back through the portal. And you want to shoot blue in the bottom left of this strut, this support beam, and walk into here until you get stuck. And now you can shoot sort of near this lamp, as low as possible, in the bottom right corner of this lamp, shoot a blue portal. And now, instead of sending them into the incinerator, I'll show you where our portal is. It's on the edge of the incinerator. So if the cores fall through there, they will actually get destroyed. You can see how it just disappears. If it falls through the bottom right, the bottom corners, they get incinerated. If you drop it through the middle, that one actually did get incinerated, but sometimes they can be finicky. This is fine though, it's happy. And that's all the cores dead. That is one route to finish the game. If there's anything else Matt wants me to show, then I am happy to, but otherwise that is a beginner route.
If you've got anything else that you think would be cool to show off, you've got plenty of time there.
Yeah. I can just demonstrate neat stuff to do, get to the cake room.
Yeah, do stuff like that. Stuff that's fun, cool. Go ahead, whatever you feel like.
Yeah. So once you get to the end of this map, I'm going to just go through and do it the way I just showed. Shoot into that room, shoot here. Once you're at the end of this map, you can actually get back out of the GLaDOS room. I'm not going to kill her. I'm just going to get into the room and then show getting back out again. So once you're in this room, you can escape. If you shoot around about here, like that, then you can do an edge glitch through this wall and you'll pop through. And now using out of bounds, which we weren't allowed to do in the run, but since this is just for fun, I can do that to show it. You see I'm outside the map now. So this is just for fun. That's the cake room down there. You can get down to there. It's quite a long way away, so you have to wait for the shot to land. And then you can do a trick to re-enter the map. And you're actually in the cake room with the companion cube again. And you can soft lock the game by putting that on there, so the claw that comes down will never be able to put out the candle. And the game will just freeze on the screen with cake and companion cube rather than going to the credits.
Call MCW asks if you showed turret preserve.
I didn't, because I didn't think that was beginner friendly, but I can explain that, I can show that. So in Chamber 16, normally you would just complete the map and then go through to 17. So you come to here and you do the save glitch as I showed earlier, at the cross, at this corner, straight up, and then here. What I showed earlier was just going straight to the end. But what you can actually do is you can take this turret with you and use it to complete the next map faster. So you shoot one portal there, and you walk into it, let go of W, save load, and then hold S. And now you're save glitched. So if you shoot up here, jump, and strafe right, then down here, shoot a blue portal, and then walk forward and shoot your orange portal there. You're now underneath the elevator actually. You can trigger the elevator, but before I trigger the elevator, I'm gonna show this next part without time pressure. So you shoot your orange portal under there, and now that'll go under the elevator. And then if you shoot a blue portal, it's not going to come back through. So that is now under the elevator. If you do that properly, you trigger the elevator, and then you save load, and you have the time pressure of the elevator going to go up. So you have to get there before that happens. So you have to be very quick. And then you leave your orange portal under the elevator. So now we still have save glitch in this map, and we have a turret under the elevator. So by replacing our blue portal, we will activate our save glitch and everything will become non-solid. So you can jump through here. Did that quite badly. You can jump through this window and then catch yourself on the other side with the portal. And now I'm back under the elevator and the turret's still here. Interestingly, this turret can trigger the button, which is just a quirk of the way they designed the game. The turrets in Chamber 16 are tagged as cubes so they can trigger buttons. But what this means is we never have to even get the companion cube. We can just move on. We can also glitch this button so that it gets stuck down, which saves some time if you get it right. There we go. So that's now stuck down, and you can just put this straight onto the incinerator and then burn that instead of the companion cube, and then you're at the end. That is the turret preserve. That's, for a beginner, that's very difficult. Even the best runners will mess that up in runs. It's a huge run killer. But that was the preserve. One of the coolest strats, actually, but yeah, difficult. I think that's all I have to show. Can't think of anything else.
Yeah, I just asked chat if there was anything else they want to see, but they've not gotten back to me yet.
That's fine.
Yeah, thank you for Cal MCW says a full run, but we probably don't quite have the time for it. Well,
what time is it?
It's 11:30.
And we have until 12?
Yeah.
I could do a full run, yeah.
Alright, well if you want to do a full run, then yeah, let's do a full run.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I'll start it off. So, back in the vault again, waking up.
I'm just going to reset the timer.
Yeah.
We'll do this all proper.
Alright, do you want to count me in then?
Yeah, I'll count you in. Or do you want to count in?
I don't mind, I'll just press start when you're ready.
Okay, oh, is it just on start?
Well, it's when the crosshair appears, but that's only 5 seconds difference. So.
Okay, fair enough. Alright then, in which case, 3, 2, 1, go!
So here we go. A run that I wasn't expecting to do, but it can't go so badly. Should be about, 15 minutes or so. But the vault is definitely the most exciting part of the run. It is a minute of waiting. I'm probably actually going to mess up the first map just because of hardware differences, but after that everything should be good. I will try my best to briefly explain things, but done quite a lot of explaining, so. But yeah, this is inbounds, no out of bounds is the full name, but once we get started I'm gonna use accelerated backhopping, which is Valve's attempt at solving the glitch of moving quickly. It didn't work, it went quite the other way. Oh. So I missed the button, no big deal. This next chamber is probably the thing that I'm most likely to mess up badly, just because it relies on load times. But if I mess up, I can just play the map through normally. It only takes 20 more seconds. So I'm going to try and glitch this button to stay downwards. The load times will make this questionable. Yeah, I didn't get it, but I can just get the cube and do it normally. It's fine. Even at home, I'm not very good at that trick. It's very time independent and you have quite a small window. But I'm just going to get to the end of the map. And then we've got another wait time in Chamber 2, where GLaDOS witters on about something or other. Emancipating teeth, I think. She's on about all sorts during the run. But this chamber will be the first one where I do a save glitch, which is where by saving and loading on the edge of a portal you displace the place where you're shooting your body from your actual camera. And it also messes with collision, all sorts of stuff. It's by far the biggest glitch in the game, and it has so many uses in terms of basically everything. The categories that are most popular actually get rid of this glitch. Well, 2 of the popular categories, because it's just so mental. It lets you skip a huge portion of the game. It's this single glitch saves probably 2 or 3 minutes in what a 15-minute game. That's 20% cut off just by the existence of one trick. It's quite crazy. But here we go again. This is showing it getting rid of collision. Lets me just walk straight through that wall, the door even. And then I'll do the same in the next chamber, because I still have my save glitch from the chamber before. So I'm just going to be able to walk through the door and I'll be straight to the end of the map. And then there's a wait time where GLaDOS talks and we just get to mess around. And I'll see if I can get this camera to launch me off into infinity. Get a lot of speed just from the clipping on the camera being very awkward. Just lets you build speed indefinitely. I think the game just thinks you're falling and falling. And then as soon as you slide off, you transfer all of that downwards into sideways. This is a relatively simple map, just fling to the end. And the next map will be similar. These are the only maps actually. There are 2 maps in the game, no, 3 maybe, that are exactly the same as Legacy. And this is one of them, where you'll just fling through and get to the end. Here I'm going to try to get ABH over goo, which is a very difficult movement trick. If I get it, I'll be quite surprised, since it can be very inconsistent. There we go, I've fallen in the goo. That's not the trick, but that's the backup. It doesn't actually lose that much time if you just skate through the goo like that. It's if you die, you get issues. The next map is just a quick solution from a poor map making thing from Valve, just letting you shoot under that door. They tried to stop you from doing it, but it just didn't work. It does fizzle your portal sometimes, but only if it's right in the sweet spot. It's easier to get it to not get destroyed than it is for it to be destroyed. This next map has a movement thing in as well, but even lower chance of me getting this. It's called door launch. You ramp off a door and you just launch. Oh, I went too fast there actually. I thought that was good, but I was slightly too quick. So I'll just have to do boring strats instead of flying to the end. But all the doors in this game have little slopes on them, which let you fly off. And that's how that trick works. In the next map, I will be getting the orange portal, which save glitch just is everything from this point onwards, basically. As soon as we have the capability to shoot 2 portals, we will do so relentlessly and skip every portion of every map. See, that was 2 chambers there, completely skipped, just through how mad this glitch is. I'm going to go for the save glitch in this next map, even if technically it might not be faster in real time. Just depends on the load times, I guess. But it just gets you straight to the end. That map's very short anyway. And here I'm going to try a trick that nobody else does, because no one else is crazy enough, stupid enough maybe. It saves half a second and is quite precise. I got it second try, but obviously first try is what we want. In the next map, there's one of my favourite strats in the game actually. It's the save glitch, but then at the end we do a very cool bit of movement to get across. Hopefully I don't mess that up, because it is really cool. fly across that chamber from one side to the other. It's very satisfying to get, even if I didn't get all the way into the elevator, which is unfortunate. In this map, this is what I was showing off before the run. I was showing off the preserve to keep a turret into the next map. There's the turret. So I have to get underneath the elevator. Oh, messed up a little bit there. And again. And now we can use that turret in the next map, just to skip it. That and a combination of that and save glitch allows us to skip this map almost completely. That orb is not friendly. So kill the turret instead of the cube, and we're done with that map. 18 used to be a very long map in this category, but then a few years ago now, people started finding save glitches that just let you go crazy distances. Because we didn't used to be able to get enough height to clear the last room. But once we found the way to do it, it's very fast now. Just shooting at random walls is what save glitch looks like. And then here I'm just messing around because there's dialogue going on. And once the dialogue finishes, the elevator starts. In the next map, I'm going to do what's called double lag, which is one of the more tricky things in the game. Easily choked. It's basically two wrong warps back to back. There's the first one. I ended up in a wonky spot actually. I might have to adjust my portals. It's because my orange portal's in the wrong place. So there we go. And now I'm setting up for the second wrong warp. The second lag. And that teleports us straight to the end of the map. Here I'm going to do a save glitch to skip the vast majority of this map. It can be quite awkward with the timings because I have to hold S there until the end of the load. And I keep letting go too early on that kind of thing. I didn't actually hit that shot. I thought I might not have. I should have probably just shot again for safety. But this bit can be quite tricky. Gets me into the end of the map. And then finish up. And now another full map save glitch here. I'm actually doing this with the opposite portals to what I normally do, I think. No, this is normal. I almost confused myself there. Okay. I thought I'd messed it up.
Everyone will be watching.
And this is similar to the double lag earlier. It's a double acute angle glitch instead of large angle glitch. Basically the same trick, different name. And that's 2 teleports to get us into the end of the map. That's quite precise, but once you get the timing down, it's not too bad. And now I'm just finishing up. The boss is basically almost dead. I'm gonna wait a little bit here because I can't hear the audio cue to kill her. And I should be good now. Yeah, as long as that core drops, you're good. Otherwise you might soft lock the game. And that's it done. That's the run.
Well, I mean, you've got time to do it again if you want.
I'm alright, you know.
Well, no, thank you for the tutorial. Thank you for the impromptu run that you weren't expecting to do. It was great to learn how to speedrun the game. It was really interesting to see some of the tricks and the thought processes that go through a Portal speedrun. And we'll have it up on YouTube really soon too, so if anyone hasn't been able to catch the whole thing, the VOD will be shortly on demand.
Yeah, and if you're interested in learning the more advanced tricks, then you can join the Discord, and we have a Google Doc with all the strats documented with much more in-depth tutorials for all of them that I've given. There are some that are probably half the length of this just for one trick, so if you want detail and good explanations, long, in-depth, that's where to go.
Alright, well thanks a bunch. We're going to be heading to our intermission as we set up the next tutorial, which is going to be Sonic Adventure 2. So please, if you're into some super speedy hedgehogs, stick around for that.